Bill Shakin wrote an article in the LA Times. It's an article that if you can find it, get behind the paywall, you should read it. It's an article. He's obviously a fantastic writer. It's an article about Vegas and about the A's and about the relocation. Anytime I can talk A's relocation, I'm in like Errol. I absolutely want to talk about it. Are you sure I'm going to be wrong when I said the A's aren't moving to Vegas? Are you sure? Are you sure that it's not 170 degrees in Sacramento and that they're playing on turf without a roof and it's going to be like a microwave? More importantly, that's only Sacramento, which is not even part of this article. The Sacramento thing is happening, but it is a nightmare. They're not close to ready at the moment, but they got time. They got till April. It's only July. It's like a gestation period. What the article was about is players from Vegas and various places in the corners of the world saying, I'm not so sure about a team in Vegas. Bryce Harper talked about the Golden Knights. Bunch of players. Tommy Pham said, if they're good and they win, I guess it could be fine. A lot of talk about how the market's not mature enough. It's not big enough to have every sport. They already have football, WNBA. They want to get an NBA expansion team. Their hockey team won a Stanley Cup. They were native Las Vegans. People in Vegas love the Golden Knights. Huge success. They're so not excited about baseball that they couldn't find even man on the street interviews. Jeremy Taché would have to be on the street for a month to find someone to say, hell yeah, I'm here. I thought the A's were still here. Aren't they here now? That's why I'm a tourist this weekend. I want to see the baseball game. Oh, it's not yet? All right, no problem. I have all the faith in the world. I smiled. John Fisher released a statement. The reason that I'm bringing this up today is that tomorrow is a big meeting in Vegas where the rumor is that Oakland will submit the A's, I should say, the Athletics, I could say, the Oakland A's, I am not allowed to say. The documents presented to the public officials tomorrow, in theory, will be the development agreement, the financing agreement, the operating agreement, maybe even an updated non-relocation agreement. It's going to be the day when everything is crystallized, where we look at that and say, all right, that's not a term sheet of 3 pages. That is a real agreement. When the public officials can say, how could we have time to vote on this? We didn't even have time to read it. There's no way I'm voting on this. No one ever says that, but no one ever reads it. But what you can do is like when you used to get your college acceptances back in the day, you look for thickness. If the set of documents given to the public in Vegas is thick, then they got something done, unless, of course, it's fake thick, like having a wad of bills with 100 on the outside and then all ones. It's eyewash. It could be all this page intentionally left blank. Yeah, if you know what that is. What am I looking for out of the development agreement, the financing agreement? I'm looking for certainty. I'm looking for construction documents, design documents. I'm looking for a financing plan that's not pie in the sky, that is solved, done, and firm with commitments behind it. Don't tell me you're going to raise $1 billion. Show me the $1 billion that you've raised. Bring in the banks. Tell me how much you're getting from them. Bring in the rich guys from table 69. Tell me what you're getting from them. Don't just say you're putting $1 billion in and send Rob Manfred out. Bless his soul. Does he take stuff for you, John? Rob Manfred says, man, I got to tell you, I believe in John Fisher. I believe in this move. And when he says he's got a development agreement, or he says he's got partners or money, or he's got the ability, then guess what? He's got the ability. All right. Seems like a little bit of blind faith for someone who hasn't proven it yet, but who am I to say? In my experience, when it takes this long to secure financing, it means that the stadium itself is not projected to generate the type of revenue required in order to pay back the money you get from the bank, even in a refi situation. So then the banks would go to round two. What else do you have, John? Well, how about my shares of the Gap that I got from Dad? Well, that works just fine. There's so many ways that John Fisher could have gotten financing from the bank if the bank was even slightly interested in the deal. And they're interested in tons of deals even after 2008. They want to lend money to an owner who's building a stadium. They want to lend money to an owner who's putting money into his team. But don't say it's for a 1 year go for a payroll, because then they don't want to give you money for that. I'm incredibly fascinated by what will happen in this meeting, and I promise you that we will talk about it.